Hey everybody, let's see if get my hair fixed up. Oh well, it's good enough. Isn't good enough good enough? Yep, not really. Oh, sorry, I'm running a little late today. Listening to my favorite cartoonist. I've learned a lot from Scott Adams about how to think. When we learn how to think instead of jumping to conclusions and we just learn how to think, it's important. It's good for us. And he had a really interesting talk this morning, which kind of sets the tone for my day. I didn't blot my lipstick. It's pretty dark. Anyway, let's think about our body clutter journey. Yep, we've been doing this book for 20 days. This is our 20th day, and let's see. I've been injured. My poor kitty, my white kitty, he hurt his paw somehow, and we called Dr. Brooks to come and check on him, and I had to hold him while Dr. Brooks was taking the temperature, and I got bit. Oh, can you see it? Yeah, there. I got bit on my arm, and then we're trying to wash his paw, and he climbed me just right up and ended up on the back of my neck, and Robert had to come rescue me. But he's doing much better now. I think just the act of calling Dr. Brooks got him well. Anyway, we talked about weighing yesterday. Well, I played a game with myself yesterday. Every time I went into the bathroom to potty, I drank 2 little cups of water. So about 16 ounces was what my total intake of water was, and I moved my little coins over from one side to the other to keep up with it. And then, I'm crooked. So I moved the coins over to keep, you can put pennies in your bathroom. I don't care what you do. But I use my coins. Mine are little holy medals that I've collected over my travels. And I keep them in my bathroom in a little fish dish. And every time I drink a cup of water, I move it from one side to the next. And it really does help me keep up with my water count. So yesterday, I had 10 cups of water in my bathroom while I was there. Not all at one time. It was spread out over, 8 hours or more. And by the time the day ended, there were 10 coins there. So this morning, I hopped on the scale, like I try to do every day, for the most part. And I weighed. And I had lost 1 pound and 7/10. And I was in shock. I was never Catholic. Nope, I was raised in the Church of Christ, and I've never been Catholic, but when I travel, I like to go by holy shrines. When I'm traveling is stressful, so I go and I pray at these different places. And drinking water has made an amazing, just looking at the experiment I've been doing. Drinking my water helps to get the impurities out of my body, and it's just, I'm blown away by it. Really blown away by it. And I have a lot of weight to lose, but it's just crazy. So I'm going to keep doing this experiment for the next 10 days, trying to get 10 cups of water in. felt a little twinge like I was going to get a Charlie horse last night. So I got some magnesium into my body from some lotion on my calves. It was my foot. So that kind of, I don't want to get Charlie horses. They're not fun at all. So let's see what our next little lesson is. Now this is probably a part that I'm going to redo, permission to snack. You know, when we give ourselves permission to snack, we're really giving ourselves permission to not stay consistent with what we're doing. Now, yesterday I got a little bowl. I need more fiber in my diet. And I got a little bowl of roasted pecans that Robert had roasted. And that was kind of my afternoon. It wasn't a snack. This was fiber that I needed in my body. So that kept me on track yesterday. I wasn't hungry because what I'm doing for me, now you have to go to your doctor and check with them. What I'm doing for me is called intermittent fasting. And so I go all day without eating. It's not a crash diet. It's intermittent fasting. And it just helps my body to keep blood sugar levels down and to kind of change my craving for food. So it helps to shrink my stomach, and that in itself helps me to get full quicker. So last night we went to the barbecue place to eat, and Robert's been craving barbecue for a couple of weeks now, and we just hadn't had any opportunity to go there. And so I had a barbecue salad. Now, I don't like my barbecue sprinkled over the salad, so I wanted the barbecue on the side. And then I played a game with myself. So instead of every other bite dipping it into the blue cheese dressing, I did every third bite. So I would dip it in the dressing, and then I would have a second bite and a third bite, and then the fourth bite would be back in the dressing. So it just kind of changed everything. Try some potassium for your leg cramps, or eat a banana. There's 500 milligrams of potassium in a banana. That is a good remedy for that. And I have some Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate, and I have a gallon of magnesium sulfate, magnesium brine that I pour about a half a cup in my bath water if I don't have any Epsom salt. So bananas do help, and a magnesium lotion rubbing on your calves will work too. But check with your doctor, because if you're taking certain medications, sometimes you get too much potassium in your body, and you just need to check with your doctor. Okay, so be careful with your snacking. So body clutter lesson number 10 is all about reading your labels. Yeah. It's all about label reading. And the thing about labels is we get in our head that we know what the carb count is on something. And if you buy something that's like gluten-free, guess what they do? They add sugar to it to give it taste. So think about it. Read your labels. And if the ingredients labels have more than 3 things in it, it's probably been processed quite a bit. So be careful with that. So I'm looking at, in our Body Clutter Control Journal, Body Clutter Mission number 10, labels for your reading pleasure. they have to label everything. How much fat is in it, how much saturated fat, even though trans fats are supposed to be out of things now. And then how much sodium, and they can put a lot of sodium into things to make it taste good. Why do you think McDonald's French fries taste so good? They've been doused in salt. Not that I have a problem with salt, but they taste really good. And it'll tell you how much fiber is in there and how much sugar. So the label that I'm looking at, let's see, 1 cup. Examine the nutrition label that you would find on a food product. I am choosing my comfort food, macaroni and cheese. Okay, this is going to be good. This is going to be really good. So, 1 cup of macaroni and cheese. Calories, not that I don't count calories. This is not for me. Is 250 calories. From fat, it's 110 calories. Fat is good for us. It really is. It keeps our hair from falling out. It keeps our skin looking nice along with our water. Total grams of fat, 12 grams of fat, 3 grams of saturated fat, 2 grams of trans fats on this label. Cholesterol, 30 grams of cholesterol. Well, cholesterol, certain types of cholesterol is really good for our hair and different things. If you've gone on a no-fat diet, your hair's probably going to fall out. I asked one lady one time who was having lots of issues with some nerve problems within her hands and different things, and I said, have you been on a no-fat diet? She says, yes, for about 2 years. Ugh, that's scary. Cholesterol. Sodium had 470 grams of sodium. Total carbohydrates was 31 grams. It had 0 fiber. And it had 5 grams of sugar and 5 grams of protein. Now, 31 grams. This is 1 cup, 8 ounces of mac and cheese, which is not what we usually eat. We usually eat a big old bowl full of it. And that would probably be 3 times. So you would have about 100 grams of carbs. Do you know what that's going to do to your blood sugar? It's going to spike it because the insulin's got to come out and fight that blood sugar to bring it down, to neutralize the sugar, and then every bite that you have eaten is going to go straight to your butt. Yep, it's all going to be stored for you to use later. That's what I learned from the book Why We Get Fat from Gary Taubes. When your insulin comes out, it totally puts your body into storage mode. Now, this Friday night, Robert and I have a dinner date with another couple, and it's Megan and TJ Wells who do they live in Asheville. And they travel all over the world. All over the world. He is a chef by trade, but he has become an olive oil taster. And he goes all over the world collecting these olive oils to give to people. So Gary Taubes is not, I don't think he's a doctor. I think Gary Taubes is a science writer, and that's why, I've learned to cut out sugars. And there's another great book, The Case Against Sugar, And it helps you to understand how sugar really got into our diet, because many years ago, people didn't use sugar in everything. They just didn't do it. They just didn't. And sugar was a special thing. And salt was really a staple in the diet. There's another good book about salt that talks about how it used to be used for money. So there are wonderful things that we can read that are going to give us the knowledge we need to understand how our bodies work. And my sister and I, we really love to learn new stuff all the time. We've always been this way since we were really little. Our father got us some childcraft encyclopedias, and we just sit and read them as little kids. We taught ourselves how to do sign language by looking at the pictures, and we could speak to each other in church. It was kind of funny, but it just was. We've always liked to learn things, and also recognizing what's going on with your body is part of learning, because everybody's body's a little bit different. And I'm pre-diabetic. Carbs do not like me, because if you wake up really thirsty in the middle of the night, I'll never forget when I first got diagnosed with pre-diabetes. I thought something was wrong with my toothpaste. Yes, we think the weirdest stuff. I thought my toothpaste was making my mouth get dry in the middle of the night. And all it was I was pre-diabetic. I mean, it's crazy stuff, what you think about. And I had to realize that my blood sugar was going to play havoc with my sight. It was going to play havoc with my circulation. All of it. They were going to put me on diabetic medication when I can control it, every bit of it, with my diet. Yep, I can control all of it with my diet. It's not the toothpaste. It was not the toothpaste. It was my blood sugar. So now I don't wake up in the middle of the night if you have to go pee a lot, not because you're drinking water, but if you have to go pee a lot, sometimes that's a symptom that you're having problems with blood sugar. But controlling your blood sugar is going to help you more than anything. Now, going on an intermittent fast really is one of the cheapest food plans you can ever have, because you've cut out all your snacking. You eat one meal a day. It really, in the long run, people say, well, I can't go on a diet. The diet food just costs me too much. Well, I have a salad with dinner and a meat and sometimes another vegetable. Seeing exactly what you eat, Linda, is a great way to journal what you are putting in your mouth and the amounts. So, everybody, learn about your body. Practice putting some of these things, just baby steps. I'm not telling you to go crazy with this. Just drink. This is our habit this month, is drinking more water. Drinking more water is pivotal to seeing a loss on my calendar. Now, today was phenomenal. 1.7 pounds? Who does that? Well, I did it yesterday. I'm going to do it again today and see if I get the same results. But I probably won't. But my clothes are getting baggy. And I'm just, my tummy's going away, and I'm feeling better in my skin. My rings are loose. My watch is getting. Robbie's probably gonna have to take a link out on my watch, and I can't get over the difference. Now, I have noticed that my shoes have gotten big. Who knew you could lose weight in your feet? Well, I think it's swelling. I really think it's swelling because I have ankles again. Actually, no, they're not cankles. I have ankles. And getting rid of the gluten is just, my body doesn't like it. It really doesn't like it. Now, my shoes are getting too big. So I have, right now I'm a size 9 shoe. I was having to wear a size 10 just a few weeks ago because I couldn't get them tied. So I feel like what I'm doing is working. And I hope you're seeing that too. I've cut back on cheeses. I mean, cheese is really good when you're on a low carb plan. But too much cheese can bind you up. And I'm trying to add some more nuts to my day, and I'm trying to get my vitamin C in my water. Just making your water be beautiful. If something's pretty, it's gotta look good, it's gotta smell good, and you're gonna drink it. So I'm cutting out a lot of gluten, carbs, no rice. Well, sometimes I have a little bit of rice on sushi. But somebody suggested that I can make homemade sushi with cauliflower. Who knew? Who knew? Now, your homework assignment. Yes, I'm going to give you some homework today. I want you to get a magnifying glass, and I want you to read some labels. And you can look it up online. You can go to the USDA website and do a search for nutrition labels. You can find all the labels you want to read. I want you to look up your favorite. Now, do this. I did it. Look up your favorite comfort food. Whatever it is, look it up. If it's burritos, look it up and see exactly what's going on. Now, I want everybody to think about what's for dinner tonight. What are you going to eat for dinner? I've been trying to have a nice salad, a really good salad. And I think tonight I want some shrimp. So I think I'm going to have, I think I'm going to go to the fish camp because I want some shrimp. And I can have the salad bar and a plate of shrimp, and I'll be happy. But if you're going to dip the shrimp in cocktail sauce, guess what? Do a search on how many carbs are in cocktail sauce. Look that one up. It's nothing but sugar. Ketchup is nothing but sugar. And I make homemade cocktail sauce, and ketchup is full of sugar. So try it. It'd be better to have just barely touch it. I like lemon juice, a lot of lemon juice on my shrimp. So everybody have a good day. And are you using your calendar? Let me take some things off of here right quick. I piled stuff on again. Here's our new calendar. It is large enough to keep all your stuff in. Now, if you don't want your family to see your weight and all that stuff, put this calendar in your bathroom. Put it behind the door so nobody can see it. And you can get some command hooks to hang it. I keep mine on a little command hook. It's got a little hole right here. And put your calendar in your bathroom. And I get up every morning, and after I go potty, I weigh. Yep, I weigh right then. Before I wash my hair or do anything, I weigh. And I chart it all on here. My calendar is my friend. Yes, I love the True Lemon packets too. I take them with me everywhere I go. So try using a calendar. And now we have a 20% off introductory price because we've only had them a few. We've been able to order them for about a month, but we've only been shipping for about a week now. So it's chores, everybody. It's not chore, it's chores. CHORES 160. Not chore, it's chores. Liz, fix that. It's chores 160. Got it? That's this week's coupon code. It'll change in a few days. So everybody, today is Wednesday, Anti-Procrastination Day. Melanie, a lot of people can't eat grapefruit because it messes with their blood pressure medicine. So be careful with that. You can't mix grapefruit and blood pressure medicine because it causes it to not work. Now, you may want to get a couple of calendars. I sent out a testimonial this morning about a mother who got together with her daughters and daughter-in-laws and had a calendar party. And everybody sat down and filled out their calendars. She gave them some gel pens. Just think about sitting around with your friends and everybody filling out their calendars for the next year. How cool is that? Try it. And now's the time to get a couple of extra calendars to share with your buddies. So everybody have a good day. I'll see you back in here tomorrow where we're going to be discussing, let's see what we're going to discuss tomorrow. Let me kind of look ahead. Tips for balanced eating. You really need a whole lot more vegetables than you have meat. The meat, this size. Learn this from Leanne. This size. Like a deck of cards. The palm of your hand, size of meat. Okay, everybody. I have a prayer request. And I need your help. And we've got to pray for our elected officials that they will solve the problem of the babies on the border. You understand? We got to pray real hard that this gets fixed because it's not good. So we got to pray for the babies and we got to pray for our politicians to fix it. Every one of them. From the top down. Every one of them. We need to pray for a fix for this. You got it? So let's be big prayer warriors. We're mommies. We want to protect those babies. We want to protect them from people who are trafficking. I have a friend who was a prisoner who was trafficked. Yes, I met her at the AT&T conference, and she's an amazing woman. So we have to protect these children from the bad people. And just say prayers. Every time you drink some water, say a prayer for the babies and the politicians to fix them. Let's pray for this. We can fix it with our prayers. We can do it. There is power in prayer. So let's do it. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. And with a little faith, we'll have a fix by tomorrow.